Hey there, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. Today I'm going to show you how to make an easy recipe using fish and serving it with rice and some vegetables. It's actually called Vietnamese fried rice. Fried fish. And here's what we need. This serves two. If you want to serve more, just double your ingredients. Okay, so as well as that, we need a good frying pan that we can fry the fish in, a small saucepan to make up the sauce, a couple of chopping boards, knives, and come on in and I'll show you what we're using. Alrighty, got all my ingredients lined up. So I'm going to boil some rice in the microwave to dish up. So that's that one there. It's really easy in the microwave. Okay, so we have got one chili. We're going to finely slice that. Keep in mind when you do slice chili to wear gloves because the seeds can be, don't touch them, and then rub your eye. You'll know about it. Then you need white or brown rice vinegar or lime juice, 3 tablespoons. I have got rice vinegar, I guess you'd call that white. Golden caster sugar I could not get. I'm just using regular white caster sugar like I use for nearly every sweet recipe. Fish sauce, 2 tablespoons. White fish fillet, 2 pieces. These look delicious. They're still wrapped up, but you'll see them soon. Flour, 1 tablespoon. Just plain flour is good for this. Oil is just for when you're frying, so I'm going to use olive oil. Pak choy I could not get, but bok choy is very similar. If you live in an area where you've got your Asian grocery shops, pak choy will be a lot more accessible, like it used to be when I was able to go down to Wakeley/Fairfield area. Bok choy is a very similar substitute. I'm not saying it's the same, but it's very similar. So if you cannot get pak choy, get bok choy, because bok choy is predominantly more accessible anywhere, predominantly. And then just the rice. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, so first of all, we're going to pop some gloves on because I'm going to slice up the chili and I don't really feel like having a sore eye from doing so. I generally use the one in the jar, like the chopped chili, and then you use 1 teaspoon is 1 chili. But I thought, no, this recipe looks really nice and I don't want to do it any injustice by serving something up that's from a jar. So we're going to go with the fresh ingredient. Alright. My knives aren't always that sharp. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So you can leave the seeds in if you want it hot. I'm just going to take them out though. And as I said, don't touch them. I did read a long time ago, many recipes that I used to read, make sure that you wear gloves when you're doing the chili. It is something to do with the seeds. But I generally always leave the chili out or use chili powder or the jar chili. So I'm going a couple of steps above and beyond now by actually using proper chili. The flavour will be much better. There we go. So now it technically just looks like capsicum, right? Technically. Alright. Oh, make sure there's no seeds around. I have cats, I don't want them eating them. Alright, chuck those seeds away. I might be able to grow a chili plant. It's weird. I have a compost bin and sometimes you never know what's coming out of it. Okay, so chop it up small. It doesn't really need to be too small. It's not going to be too small with me doing it. I am yet to really master chopping things up super small. Maybe if my dream comes true and I get to go on MasterChef, that is where I will learn all these chopping techniques and everything. But for now, I'm just quite happy to cook away as I have been doing, and bringing you people, my subscribers, content so you can learn to cook as well. All right, into our small saucepan goes our chili. Goes our 3 tablespoons of rice vinegar or lime juice, either one, whichever you prefer. Once again, sometimes you might not be able to get this ingredient. I've had this one for quite a while because of when I used to work down at Wakeley. For you that know your suburbs of Sydney, Wakeley is in the Fairfield area. That goes in, and then your 2 tablespoons of caster sugar. If you can get golden caster sugar, go for it. But as I say, I'm just going to use the regular. Now this is a 1/2 tablespoon measurement, so that is why you will see me putting 4 in. It's not that I can't count. It's that I'm not going to be washing up tablespoons while I'm cooking. Alright, so we've got 3 ingredients in there. Chili, the lime juice or rice vinegar, and the caster sugar. I'm going to carry that over to the stove top, and we're going to dissolve the sugar. So let's go. Okay, so we're just going to keep that on until we dissolve that sugar. So this is going to make a bit of a sauce. Once the sugar's dissolved, we take it off the heat. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of water and 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. Now, I did not write the 2 tablespoons of water in the ingredients list. Normally, when I read through, I will always determine whether there is any water needed, because technically, if we're adding water, it's still an ingredient. Even though we're not purchasing it, we still need it to complete our recipe. So that was my mistake. I'll try not to do it again. I say that all the time and I apologise for that too. Alright, that sugar's nearly dissolved. If you can still hear it a bit grainy. Alright, that's done. So first of all, I'm going to grab the 2 tablespoons of water. Probably easier to put this in a cup than to watch me actually carry it over. Try and put cold water in. I've just got it from the hot tap. It's not going to make that much of a difference at this stage. I'll just pop that back on. Two tablespoons of fish sauce. Fish sauce is horrible to bring out of the bottle, as you can tell. So even though we didn't get that golden colour from that caster sugar, we're going to get it from the fish sauce. Okay, beautiful. Alright, now set that aside because that is our sauce. And let's go back over and I'll show you what we're doing with the fish. Now with the bok choy, aka pak choy, I probably could have gone with smaller, but this is the problem when you have things ordered, you've sort of got to tell them what you want and then, you know, hope for the best. So I said to him 1 or 2 small pak choy. As I said, sorry we haven't got pak choy, but we've got bok choy. So I'm probably going to have a bit more than I need, but it's good for you, so just eat it. It basically wilts down to nothing anyway. And with this, you can use the white part as well. Just don't go too far down. And make sure you give it a good wash as well. You never know what's living in it. I have to go and fill up the... See, that would have been enough, but because I've got it, I'm using it. I'm just going to let this soak in some cold water for a while as well, because I've had it for nearly a week. As you can see, there's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes when you've had veggies for a week, the leaf can wilt a fair bit. Perfect. All right, I'm going to pop that in the sink with some cold water, and we will get that revived. You can put a bit of salt in with it as well, which I think I will do. That will just make sure that there's no bugs in there. I'm pretty sure there's no bugs in there. Well, I didn't see any, so we'll go with that. All right, so while that is filling up, be putting your rice on to cook when you're nearly ready to dish up. There's no point in having your rice hot and then having to warm it back up again. It's not very good when you do it that way. Okay, now let's have a look at our beautiful fish. Okay. Oh, look at that. That's nice. So we've got two white fish fillets. Wow, it's quite a big piece. Oh, they're perfect. Look at them. I might just try and get that skin off, but I don't think I can, so that's fine. Oh, no, there we go. Doesn't matter whether you have skinned fish or not skinned fish. You just want white fish fillets. There we go. Look at that. They done well. My butcher did well. All right. Let's cook some fish. Okay. So we're going to dust them in flour. And then we want a bit of salt and pepper on them as well. So this is where our 1 tablespoon of flour comes into play. So the good thing is, yes, this is a ½ tablespoon. I'll actually do ½ tablespoon on each and then just roll them around. Grab some pepper. If you like a lot, chuck on a lot. If you don't like any at all, don't put any in. It just seasons it, so that's all. And a bit of salt. Just grab that from here. Salt shaker. All right. Give that a bit of a coating in that flour. We want a nice coating on our fish. Just helps it fry up better, that's all. You can cut these up actually. I might do that. I'll cut that one in half. I think they'll just cook better if they're not quite so long, especially fitting in the frying pan. So I'm trying to eat a bit more fish and healthy And this is a perfect choice for this because fish is really good for you. And the veggies, you can't get much fresher than the veggies I've got today, so that's excellent. All right. Well, I am going to cut the fish in half. I did say that. All right. So this will technically look like 4 fillets, but we're doing it in 2. That's better. That will sit better on our plate as well. All right, let's cook some fish. Okay. I'm going to do the bok choy at the end because that only needs a couple of minutes in the microwave. And that's just floating around in the sink at the moment. All right, so let's go cook some fish. Okay, as always, I love to spray it just so it's easier to wash up after. Crank it on to 6. Quite a bit of olive oil because we're going to pan fry it. Not too much though. As the name suggests, it is Vietnamese fried fish. You can't fry fish without oil unless you're a miracle worker. All right, we're going to pop those in, and fish does not take long to cook. I cook grilled fish quite often at work. That doesn't take very long to cook. I'm actually going to be taking one of these servings to work tomorrow for my lunch. I'm looking forward to it. Now, normally when I cook it that side down, but I've stuffed up. Can't even cook fish at home. I'm not in work mode today, so all good. All right, so you want a flipper so that when it starts to get nice and golden, we can flip it over. And as I say, don't overcook fish. There is nothing worse than overcooked fish. It becomes rubbery and tough and yeah, not very nice. So just let that come to heat. I'm just going to put away a few things that I no longer need. I don't quite think I need to do another pantry cleanup just yet because I've sort of already done one of those. All right, and just put that away. Okay, so I'm going to put the rice on. So I do enough to serve 2. I give it 5 minutes, and this is going to be 2 servings anyway, so it'll be 1 on a plate, 1 in a container. You probably don't want as much rice if you've got as much bok choy as I've got there as well, just a tip. So we'll give that a few minutes and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've just flipped the fish over and you can see it's gone a lovely golden colour. It's smelling really good. I've just piled the bok choy into something that's microwave safe. Now the reason why I'm flipping it on its side is because I want to ensure that every part of it's all cooked through. That pan is really hot and that is a really good sign. Now at this point what I'm going to do is the 2 that I'm having for my lunch tomorrow, I'm going to take off because there's nothing worse than me overcooking it. So I'm going to take that piece there and this one. So that way when I warm them up, they're not going to be like an old piece of rubber. But these 2 here, I'm going to cook right through. And the best way to see if it's cooked is it will actually flake. Now you can see it's starting to look like it's burning. So that one's quite a thick piece. See, it's not quite cooked through yet. Get a bit more oil under it. Fish, when it's done, it should flake quite easily, not be like that there. But it's nearly done, and we're getting a beautiful golden crumb on it by doing it this way anyway, so it's all good. Alright, I'm just going to check on my bok choy. I've had it in the microwave for 2 minutes. I had my fish in the my rice in the microwave for 5 minutes. That's my bok choy. There's a lot of it, but it's really healthy. So you could almost, knowing that you had that much, do away with having the rice. Alright, I think I'm almost going to leave it at that, to be honest, because I don't want to burn it, so I'm going to lift it off the heat. Just turn it a bit more because our pan's still hot. If it's a little bit underdone, doesn't really matter unless you just have to have it so well cooked that it just tastes like rubber. So yeah, let's get ready to dish up. Okay, so I've got my beautiful orange plate that you may have seen on my social media pages a fair bit. Just want a scoop of rice. There's going to be a lot of this. I think I've definitely got too much of this. But there wasn't really an alternative of what to do with it, so I don't really want to be eating it for the sake of it. I guess I'll feel super healthy after it the next day though, right? Okay. So my bed of rice has now gone because I've hidden it. Now, this frying pan is super heavy, but it's so good at cooking things for that reason. Place your fish beautifully in the middle. Pop a bit of water in your sauce. Why am I calling it a saucepan? That's a frying pan. Pop some water in that, because then that way it's not a horrible surprise for when you go to wash it up later. And then on your way back, bring back the sauce with the chili in it that we made earlier. Because what we are going to do is we are going to drizzle some of that over the top. And that, people, is how we make Vietnamese fried fish. Enjoy, and thank you for watching Cooking with Violet Vixen. I'm going to catch you soon.